Quote number 1. The improvement of understanding is for two ends. First, our own increase of knowledge. Secondly, to enable us to deliver that knowledge to others. This means that we improve our understanding to either think about the things and problems of our life or to help explain other people so that they can understand their life. When we improve our understanding for our own purpose, we can articulate that to other people. So in reality, one end is somewhat linked to the other end. Everything and everyone in the world is connected. If someone does something, it will have the effect on everything else, and what everyone does has the effect on the individual. For example, you run a business in which you develop a particular product. If you acquire knowledge in the right way and from the right source, you will be able to deliver the knowledge to your employees so that your whole team can work in synchronicity to make a particular product. In this way, the probability of success of the business is very high. One learning from this is that development of your own understanding is very important, not only for yourself but also for the community around you. Quote number 2. What worries you, masters you. This means that whatever you are afraid of doing, you should push yourself to do it because it really makes you grow and become better. Everyone in the world who actually made it big in life were always afraid to start. Even the richest of business invested a lot of money, time and energy into building something from scratch, and they felt fear quite strongly. But they were aware of the fact that even if they fail, they will learn something from it, and this will help them to start again. The mastery of everything comes from actually understanding the problem deeply and taking actions in the right direction towards it. One thing to learn from this is that we should not be frightened to try something out, because the conquest of the fear that is inside you makes you strong and allows you to improve. Quote number 3. Parents wonder why the streams are bitter, when they themselves have poisoned the fountain. This means that parents are actually surprised about why their children are behaving the way they are. A child who is 1 or 2 years old is like a clean slate. It is continuously consuming information and feeding it into his or her brain. If parents make them develop good and productive habits, they will continue to improve on them for maybe their entire life. And if children at a young age develop bad habits, it becomes nearly impossible to break them when they reach adulthood. The kinds of seeds parents plant today will become the kind of trees in the upcoming years. Parents are actually responsible for the conditioning that their child develops. Parents poison the fountains that is their kids, and then after some time wonder what kind of personality their child has developed. For example, children may become addicted to gadgets and other electronic devices. Now parents do not have the right to complain, because not very long ago, it was in their hands not to hand over these gadgets to their children for longer periods of time. One learning from this is that parents must take responsibility of their children no matter what, and try to guide them towards productive habits and good company so that children do not create problems for them or their own selves in the future. Quote number 4. We are like chameleons, we take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. This means that people have a tendency to imitate other human beings. People color their own personality by copying others around them. So it is important for people to understand what kind of company they have, or what kind of people are they spending most of their time with. People also learn the sense of right or wrong from other people. If people around them are ethical in their lives, there is a strong possibility that their minds will also be programmed in the same way. For example, if we try to find out about the childhood of a criminal or a murderer, it is actually a nightmare with a lot of bad experiences. Their minds are conditioned in a way that they don't feel any guilt even after murdering maybe 2 or 3 people. One thing to understand is that we should design our life in such a way that we spend time with people who make us improve and grow so that it contributes to our success. Quote number 5. Our incomes are like our shoes. If too small, they gall and pinch us. But if too large, they cause us to stumble and to trip. This means that if our income is too less, it keeps pinching. You can't satisfy majority of your needs and also the needs of your family who is dependent on you. Even your survival becomes difficult because you cannot afford anything. Same case with shoes. When shoes are tight, it pinches you and irritates you and you cannot walk. If your income is too much, you want to spend it too much, which causes you to indulge in pleasures. This can cause you to spend too much money and save very little. So when your income becomes low again, your expenses cannot be covered now because you have increased them way too much. One learning from this is that your earning should be balanced so that it is not too less and not too much. In other words, your shoes should fit your feet. So having the right amount of income is the key to move forward in life. Quote number 6, "It is one thing to show a man that he is in an error, and another to put him in possession of the truth." This means that to be able to tell a person that he or she is making a mistake is a different thing. And to actually tell him or her the truth is a different thing. When you actually tell someone the truth, you actually have to have experience in that particular field and you must have gone through the depth of complexities of that particular problem. For example, if a person is making a mistake in business and you see that his or her strategy may be wrong, you may tell him or her that there is a mistake being made. That advice of yours may be based on your own conditioning and understanding. But that cannot be called the truth. You can only tell the truth if you have experience yourself in business and specifically when you have done strategy making. One learning from this is that you can tell others the truth only if you have complete understanding and experience about a particular thing. Quote number 7, "Things of this world are in so constant a flux, that nothing remains long in the same state." This means that change is the only thing that is constant in the world. States of different things are always changing. For example, state of minds of human beings are always changing. Sometimes people go into a happy state and the next moment go into a sad state. Sometimes people are motivated and sometimes people are down. Other than that, situations and challenges around us are always changing. So a person has to be adaptable enough to be able to change with time. This kind of person will always be successful in life because change is inevitable. One learning from this is that one should learn the art to change with time so that one can face any kind of challenge in life.